Let's do it. I'll spotlight myself and then I'll mute you guys. So if you want to play any music or anything like that, go for it. See if anybody else hops on. Okay, let's go ahead and get started in goddess pose. So take your bolster just behind your hips, coming vertically out of your hips basically, and then just lay down on top of it. And once you lay down, if it feels like too much on your low back, just scoot your hips a little further away from your bolster's edge. And then take a moment, kind of stretch a little bit. I'm going to take my arms long and my legs long. You can do the same if you want. Or maybe there's some other sort of movement that would feel good to you. Sometimes I like to windshield wiper my knees side to side with my bolster under my spine. So anything, any little wiggles that would feel good. And then as you are ready, just settle into stillness. So you choose what position you want to take with your legs. You might extend them forward. You might bring your feet to the ground with your knees bent, feet together, knees apart. Same with your arms. Arms can relax overhead if that feels good, or maybe just out to your sides. If you want a little more grounding, you might bring your hands to your hips or turn your palms to face towards the ground. And just take a moment to really arrive fully in the space you are in. So feel yourself in the room you are in, or maybe you're outside today. Just feel into your own space, the sounds that are there, the temperature of the air on your skin, maybe the texture. Notice any emotions that you might have flowing through you. So maybe they're fresh emotions. Maybe something happened earlier today and you're still kind of feeling it. Maybe they've been there for a while. They're just kind of lurking under the surface. Just whatever's present, give it your awareness. Hold it with your awareness. Start to really just feel into yourself, your own inner space. Feel into the rise and fall of your breath. And I will today guide us through a few different breath exercises throughout our practice, a few different breath techniques, pranayama exercises. In the meantime, you're more than welcome to utilize Ujjayi breath or just whatever breath feels good for you, but a little bit deeper, a little more intentional than you breathe in your everyday life. So see if you can feel your inhales travel down the length of your torso. Feel your belly expand with each inhale. And then take your exhales all the way to emptiness, all the way to the very bottom. Just be here in this position for a moment, not needing to do anything at all, but just simply allow your body to soften around the pose, to melt into the pose, this gentle heart opener. Just notice, just feel, just observe. In some ways, restore is a harder practice because we're not doing a lot with our body. It's harder to stay present. We don't give our mind quite as much to focus on. There's more chance for our mind to wander, but see if you can stay here. Stay in your body, stay with your breath. So every time that you find your mind wandering, no big deal. Just notice it. Come back. Feel whatever is here now. Be here for a few more rounds, about 5 more breaths. And then before we change positions, let's just take one big, huge breath together. So next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can, hold in fullness. Maybe even an extra sip at the top. And then open your mouth and just let it go, sigh it out. Let's slowly find our way onto our back. So you can lift your torso if you want, or you can just roll over to one side and push your bolster out of the way, come back onto your spine. So eventually just rest on the ground, no bolster. Draw your knees towards your belly and gently rock from side to side. Give your low back a nice little massage for a moment. And then let both of your knees eventually fall over to the right. And if you want, you can kind of scoot your hips to the left a little bit. Left arm out to the left, or cactus position, goalpost position with your left arm. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. And if you want to use your bolster, you're welcome to sandwich it in between your legs. You're also welcome to put it on top of your legs as a little bit of gentle weight. And then breathe down into your low belly every time. So spacious inhales. Exhale all the way to empty. Just letting your body relax and soften breath by breath, a little bit more. And invitation to take 3 rounds of what's called Viloma breath with me. So on the inhale, it'll be a 3-part inhale, first into our belly, then up into our mid-ribs, then up into our chest. And then we'll slowly exhale through our teeth, like we're shushing somebody, like a mother would quiet her child. So slowly all the way to empty. So start by just exhaling, empty out. And inhale into your low belly. So see if you can feel your belly expand. Pause. Now take that same breath up into your mid-ribs, mid-abdomen, your side bodies. All the way up into your chest, your shoulders, upper back. Hold. Through your teeth, slow exhale for 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty. Begin again. Low belly, low back. Mid ribs, mid abdomen, side bodies. Then fill all the way up. Chest, shoulders, up of your upper back, crown of your head. Hold. Through your teeth like you're quieting a child slowly for 10. Release. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty. One last time. Low belly, low back. Mid ribs, mid back. All the way up. Chest, shoulders, upper back. Hold in that fullness. Through your teeth, slowly let it go for 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Let that go. So come back to your Ujjayi breath or your regular breath and just come back to center. Neutralize your spine. So draw your knees in and just a gentle rock. And before we take the other side, we'll move through some flowing bridges. So feet on the ground with your knees bent. All of your toes face forward, feet about hips width distance apart, arms by your sides. As you exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up, and then inhale, peel your spine off your mat, one vertebra at a time. At the same time, reach your arms up, and then top of your bridge, arms are reaching back over your head. As you exhale, slowly set your spine back down, arms reach up. Bottom of your exhale, back in neutral spine, arms by your side. So continue up and down a few more rounds, just like that, with your own breath. Inhale to lift, to peel your spine off your mat, reach your arms overhead. Exhale to slowly bring everything back to the ground. No rush, just like a moving meditation. Feel into the undulation of your spine, that wave-like movement. See if you can feel each vertebra move one at a time, just like a string of pearls. Your spine is like a string of pearls, and you want to move it one pearl at a time. Finish the round you are on, or take one more round. I'm going to take one more. So no hurry. And then eventually you'll come back to your neutral spine position and draw your knees gently towards your belly. When you're ready, both of your knees fall over to the left. You can scoot your hips to the right a bit if you want. You can use your bolster on top of your legs, gentle weight, or in between your legs. Keep your hips in line. Gaze up or over your right shoulder. You don't have to use your bolster at all if you don't want to. Those are just options. Or maybe feel into it. Gaze up, or you can take your gaze over your right shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. And just be in your twist. Let your body relax into your twist, breath by breath. And feel free at any point, kind of adjust. So sometimes I like to adjust my hips so I can find a long line from my right shoulder down to my right hip. You want to be able to feel your breath flow down into your belly. Shouldn't feel like it gets stuck anywhere. And then invitation, my friends, once again, to take those 3 rounds of Viloma breathing. So if you'd like to join me, exhale all the way to empty. Inhale first into low belly, low back. Now move that breath up into mid ribs, mid abdomen, side bodies. All the way up, chest, shoulders, upper back, hold in that fullness. Through your teeth for 10 seconds, slow release. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin again. Low belly, low back. Mid ribs, mid abdomen, mid back. And then fill up as big as you can. Hold at the top in fullness. Let it go for 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Low belly, low back. Mid ribs, side bodies, mid back. Fill up as big as you can. Hold at the top in absolute fullness. Through your teeth, slow exhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want, give yourself one last big, huge breath, maybe an open mouth sigh. And then slowly ease your way back to center. Give your knees a nice little hug in, gentle hug in, I should say. Take a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to set up another bridge pose, but this time it'll be a supported bridge. So grab either your bolster, or if you'd rather use a block, that's fine too. So set your feet on the ground with your knees bent. Arms down by your sides. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up, and then inhale, peel your spine up. Grab hold of your bolster or your block and set your sacrum on top of it. So you want your prop underneath your sacrum, not underneath the squishy part of your butt, not underneath your spine, but right in between the two. Should feel relatively comfortable to relax your weight, put all your weight on your bolster, your prop. And then from your supported bridge, we'll move into a variation of supine pigeon. Take your right leg straight up towards the ceiling, and then outer right ankle, top of your left thigh. Work your right knee forward and down. This may feel like enough. This may feel really good. If you want, you can stay here. If you want, you can lift up your left foot and grab hold behind your left leg to intensify the stretch. So you choose left foot on the ground or lift your left foot up, grab your left leg, and with your arms gently pull in, but with your legs, keep resisting. If your left foot stays on the ground, sometimes I like to kind of rock my legs back and forth side to side. You could do that with your left foot lifted as well. Take about 5 deep breaths down into your hips. Keep the flexion in your right toes. Keep actively pressing your ankle onto the top of your thigh. Last few rounds. And if you do have your left foot lifted, set your left foot back on the ground. Extend your right leg back up towards the sky. Take a moment to roll out your ankle, point and flex. Feel into the mobility of your right ankle, all those little tiny bones, tendons, ligaments moving around. And then you can let that go, bend your right knee, grab the front of your right shin if you can. If that's too much, back of your right thigh is fine. Draw your right knee up towards your armpit as you extend your left leg forward. So try as best you can to keep the back of your left heel resting on the ground. As you squeeze your right knee up towards your armpit, you should feel a nice stretch in the front of your left hip. Be here for a moment. Breathe down into the front of your left hip. And then end of your next exhale. So give your knee one last big squeeze. And then release your right leg. Take both legs straight up towards the ceiling and just shake them out. Shake, shake, shake. Vigorously shake them. Shake, 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 shake. Get the blood flowing. Get the juices flowing. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, 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 shake. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet on the ground with your knees bent. Supine pigeon with your left leg. So extend your left leg up, flex your toes back, and then figure 4, outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. Again, choose to keep your right foot down or lift your right foot off the ground, grab hold behind your right thigh. As you pull in with your arms, press away with your legs. So you're not trying to get your legs just as close as you possibly can to your upper body. There's a level of resistance, which is stabilization. So it's stabilizing as it's stretching. You can rock it out if you want to, a little rock from side to side. Flexion in your left toes. Outer ankle presses onto the top of your thigh. About 3 or 4 more deep breaths. And then if you are holding onto your right leg, go ahead and release it down, right foot to the ground. Extend your left leg straight up to the sky. Take a moment holding here, flex or roll out your ankle, point and flex or roll it out. Just feeling into the mobility of your ankle joint. Maybe you hear some snap, crackle, pops. It's not bad. Good job. Let it go. Bend your left knee. Hands around the front of your left shin if you can. If that's too much, back of your thigh is fine. Hug your left knee in and up towards your armpit and extend your right leg straight out. Try to keep the back of your right heel against the ground. So you want to lengthen your right side and give your left knee a big squeeze in and up. Take big, deep breaths down into your belly. Good work, friends. All right, release your left leg. Again, both legs straight up towards the sky. This side, both arms straight up towards the sky. Shake your arms and your legs vigorously. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Maybe make horse lips, buzz your lips. Just let energy flow. And shake it out for 3, faster, 2, and 1. Feet on the ground with your knees bent. Inhale, lift your hips, slide your your prop out from under you. And slowly ease your spine back onto the ground, nice and easy. Once your spine's back in neutral, tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground. Keep your knees bent, but bring your feet out to the width of your mat. Take a few rounds of windshield wipers. Go slow and really feel into these. So each time your knees fall to one side, your top knee works its way forward and down a little bit more. Slow and mindful, back and forth with your breath. Good job, friends. Finish the round you're on. And let's actually end up with our knees over to the right and just roll onto your right side, fetal position. So if you want, you can stack your legs. And then use your arms to guide your upper body up. But we're not going to make any adjustments. We're still kind of turned to the right. We're going to grab our bolster and bring it behind us. And then scoot your right thigh up to your bolster's edge, or just a few inches away from it. So your legs are still in that kind of fetal position. You're turning towards the back of your mat. Frame your bolster with your hands. Inhale to lengthen your spine. So I like to even lift to my fingertips. Push the ground away. And then exhale, keep lengthening as you slowly lower your body down onto your bolster. Gaze to the right to continue the twist with your neck. Gaze to the left if that feels like too much. Your top leg, your left leg, you might extend it back nice and long. You might scorpion tail your left leg behind you. You might stack your left leg on top of right. So feel what feels best for you. And then take about 5 to 7 breaths, just resting here. So resting is the key word, not supporting yourself, not holding yourself up, but just letting your body relax. See if you can take big, spacious breaths down into your low back. Try not to hold yourself up with your arms at all. You might notice where there's discomfort, where there's tightness, send your breath, especially into those spaces, visualize it. Soften your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw. Good job, you guys. Last 2 or 3 rounds. Feel free to open mouth sigh at any time. And then using the strength in your arms, begin to lift your upper body back upright. And then this time, not this time, but just go ahead and turn to face the front of your mat now. Take both of your legs out in front of you. Just give them a nice little shake out. And before we go to the other side, option for reverse tabletop. So feet on the ground with knees bent, feet about hips width distance apart, heels slightly in front of your knees or right underneath them. Hands behind you, fingers face towards your hips or out to the sides of your mat, whatever feels better on your wrists. Roll your shoulders back and down, puff up through your chest. If you want to stay here, totally fine. Otherwise, press into your feet, press into your fingertips, and lift your hips up. Rather than letting your head just collapse back, extend back with strength in the sides of your neck. Hug in with your inner thighs, lift your hips, shoulders are back and down rather than rolling forward. Press especially through thumbs and index. Take one more big inhale, lift, lift, lift. Open and exhale, let it go. Let your knees fall to the left side and turn to your left. Gonna scoot your left thigh up to your bolster's edge or a few inches away from it. Turn towards the back of your mat, square your shoulders towards the back of your mat and frame your bolster with your hands. Take an inhale to lengthen. So again, I lift my fingertips and push the ground away. Keep lengthening as you exhale and slowly lower. So rather than just plopping down, lengthen, 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 then relax down. Try not to hold yourself up with your arms. Instead, let your bolster, let the ground hold all of your weight. If you want to explore a little bit with your top leg, feel free. So maybe your top leg scorpion tail's behind you. Maybe your top leg extends. Maybe it stacks right on top of your left leg. So whatever feels most beneficial, most skillful for you. Make sure you can breathe big, deep breaths. And then focus on breathing all the way down into your low back. Slow and steady. Letting go of any resistance you're holding with each exhalation. If you're gazing to your left and that feels like too much, turn your head instead to the right. Take about 3 or 4 more big, slow, deep breaths. Maybe your last couple exhales are a sigh out your mouth. And end of your next exhalation, use your arms, guide yourself back up to face, unwind and face towards the front of your mat once again. Take both legs out in front of you, give them a little shake out. And this time we'll just windshield wiper side to side from a seated position. So feet on the ground, knees bent, hands behind you, few rounds back and forth. All right. And then bring it back to the center. Let's extend our right leg forward Bring the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. So you can move your bolster out of the way if you want, or if it's helpful, you can sit up on the edge of your bolster. This will give you a little bit of a head start for your forward fold. So you're already kind of tilting forward on your sit bone. So feel free to use your bolster if you want to. So sole of your left foot, right inner thigh, square your hips as much as you can towards your extended leg. You might even take your right inner thigh, kind of spiral it down and out. Flex your left toes back, reach your arms up, or flex your right toes back, I might have said left. Reach your arms up, inhale. And then as you exhale, reach your butt back and your heart forward. So lengthen, 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 then let it go. Forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee. Pull your right butt cheek back as you reach your heart forward. So imagine you're trying to reach your heart past your right knee. Won't happen, but that's the energy you want to create, is that length. Your right hand can be grabbing your right leg, or I like to bring my right hand out to my side and just kind of use it to propel my upper body forward a little bit more. Take about 5 deep breaths into your fold. Good job. Last couple. And then slowly, end of your next exhale, just roll up through your spinal column. Your head is the very last thing to lift up. Once your head lifts and stacks, turn over your left shoulder, bring your left hand to the ground behind you, fingers face away from your body, press down into your hand, down into your right heel, lift your hips. Right arm reaches back. So you choose more of a modified side plank or more of a modified wild thing, totally your choice. Just lots of length and space. We'll take a big inhale and then exhale, lion's breath. So big inhale. Exhale, stick out your tongue, cross your eyes, make some noise. Good job. Sit bones back down. Both legs out in front of you for a moment. You can give them a little shake out if you want. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So right foot to left inner thigh. Use your bolster if you want. It's kind of nice using it. So feel free to just try it. Left butt cheek is kind of pulling back. So you don't want to push your left butt cheek forward and open up. You want to pull it back. Square off your hips. Left toes flex towards your shin. Right foot presses into your leg. Leg back into your foot. Take your arms up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, heart reaches forward, butt reaches back, lengthen, 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 then fold. Like I said, I like to bring my left hand out to the side and kind of use it to push myself forward just a bit. So about 5 to 7 breaths, working your fold. Keep the flexion in your left toes, keep pulling your left butt cheek back. Ideally, we want our left quad, the front of our thigh, to be engaged a little bit, to be turned on a little bit as we stretch the back of our leg, our hamstring muscle. Big deep breaths, exhales that take you all the way to emptiness. About 3 more. Good job. Take one last round, and at the end of your exhale, roll up ever so slowly, one vertebra at a time. Head lifts up very last. And then once your head stacks, turn this time to your right, over your right shoulder. Right hand comes down behind you, fingers face away from your body. Push into the ground, push down through your hand and your left heel. Lift your hips, left arm reaches back. Modified side plank or modified wild thing, up to you. Just lots of space. Really work into the length and space of your body. One more big, huge inhale. Hold in fullness. Lion's breath as you exhale. Stick out your tongue, cross your eyes. Sit bones down. Good job, you guys. Both legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake out. We're going to take one more forward fold. This will be a wide-legged straddle. So again, if it's helpful, you're welcome to use your bolster to give you a little head start set up on top of it. Take your legs out wide. I'm turning to the side so you can see me. And also, if you like to have the padding of your mat underneath your heels, you might turn to the side of your mat as well. So up to you. Sit up as tall as you can, and already you want to feel like you're not rocking backwards. So if you do feel like you're rocking backwards, highly recommend sitting up on your bolster or a blanket. You want to feel like you're on the front edge of your sit bones. Flex your toes back towards your shins. Toes should face straight up, not back, not forward. Inhale, arms to the sky. As you exhale, reach your heart forward, reach your butt back. So it's like you're swan diving down. When you can't go any more, hands to the ground. You might even crawl your hands forward to lengthen. Keep the flexion in your toes. Press down through the backs of your heels. And then as you press through the backs of your heels, also imagine you're trying to press the backs of your thighs towards the ground as well. Breathe, big spacious breaths. We'll take about 5 more rounds holding in this position. So if it's longer than you want to be here, can you just allow yourself to sit with that discomfort, to sit with that sensation, to soften into it? So rather than resisting what's already here, just allow it, just embrace it, breathe into it. Last 2 or 3 big breaths. Feel free to exhale out your mouth if you want to. End of your next exhale, all the way to empty, and then roll up slowly. Keep your legs the same. Head comes up very lax. Good job. Once your head stacks, keep your legs as they are. Side body stretch. Left fingers on your left shin or your left thigh. Right arm up. And then reach up and over. So you can kind of slide your fingers down your leg. Maybe grab hold of your foot. Imagine you're trying to let your heart look up. So rather than heart looking down, let it look up as much as you're able to. Right side really long. Both sit bones rooted down. Breathe into your right rib cage, waistline. One more round. And then inhale, lift up, arms up. Exhale, right hand to your right thigh, your shin, and then lengthen, reach. Left side elongates. Heart tries to look up at the sky. Breathe into your left waistline, rib cage. Keep your sit bones rooted and grounded. Your toes flexed and active. Face soft, not straining. Last couple rounds. Good work. Inhale back to center, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down by your sides. Go ahead and let your legs come together. Anything that feels good, shake it out, give them a squeeze, and then just find a comfortable seat for a moment. So seated meditation, and we're going to take alternate nostril breathing. So if you need to blow your nose, grab a Kleenex, blow your nose, do so. You guys are probably pretty familiar with this. We'll use our right hand and we're just gonna plug one nostril with our thumb and plug the other nostril either with your pinky or your fourth finger. I use my pinky and just make a hang loose mudra. Traditionally, it's Vishnu mudra with your pinky and your forefinger up. I just have a really struggle of a time doing that. So I just use hang loose. So right hand is what we're using. Sit up tall, exhale in your breath. Bring your thumb to your right nostril. Plug your right nostril, inhale through your left nostril. Plug your left nostril, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Hold and switch. Exhale through left. Inhale through left. Hold and switch. Exhale through right. Inhale through right. Hold and switch. Exhale through left. Maybe close your eyes and visualize your breath moving from side to side. Inhale through left. Close left, exhale through right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale through left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Close right, exhale through left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Close right, exhale through left. Release your hand from your nose. For a moment, just sit and breathe through both nostrils. Feel whatever there is to feel. Good, you guys. Come forward to hands and knees. Move through either cat-cows or anything else that would feel good from the position of hands and knees. Hip circles, child's pose. And come all the way forward towards cobra. Just feeling around in your own way, whatever feels good. And then from hands and knees, just find your way all the way down onto your belly. And from your belly, let's just take a few rounds. Well, I shouldn't say a few rounds. Let's take a Spider-Man Cobra. So hands out wide up on your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. And we'll go a couple times side to side. So as you exhale, twist to your right side and dip your left shoulder down a little bit. Inhale back to center, lift your heart, tone your belly. Other side, exhale, little twist, right shoulder dips down. Inhale, center, go one more time each way. Moving with your breath at your own pace. Feeling into your shoulders. Eventually, inhale brings you back to center. And then you can just let it go from your belly, just roll over onto your back. So your head will be facing towards the front of your mat, but you'll be on your back. Once you're on your back, you can kind of scoot your hips back to the center of your mat and then hug your knees in, rock it out gently. Happy baby. Grab hold of your feet, pull down with your arms, press up through your heels. If you want to extend one leg and then the other leg, or both legs at the same time, or even bring your legs together, bring your feet together, knees apart, lots of ways to play and explore. So go for it. And then just start transitioning into your final relaxation. No rush. Maybe you want to use your bolster underneath your knees. It's a little bit of support for your low back. Maybe you want to use your bolster like we did at the very beginning of our practice along your spine. So take your time. Set yourself up really comfortably. And let go of any effort in your breath. Let go of any effort in your muscles. And as you settle into your final relaxation, friends, just have a little thought for you. Western culture believes we must be alive for a purpose, to work, to make money. Some indigenous cultures believe we're alive just as nature is alive, to be here, to be beautiful and strange. We do not need to achieve anything to be valid in our humanness. Western culture believes that we must be alive for a purpose, to work, to make money. Some indigenous cultures believe that we are alive just as nature is alive, to be here, to be beautiful and strange. We do not need to achieve anything to be valid in our humanness. I think a restorative practice is one of the best reminders. We don't always need to be accomplishing. We don't always need to be so productive. It's actually sometimes the most productive thing we can do for ourselves, to simply rest, let go, to just be. So for these last couple moments, give yourself the time and the space to simply just be. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And start to wiggle fingers, toes, wake your body up gently. As you are ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. Close your eyes, gather your hands to your own heart, and just bow your head to your heart. Acknowledge yourself for taking the time out of your day to slow down, to go slow enough to feel and to notice. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. All right, you two. You're awesome. I hope you did that whole practice outside, Tina.
Okay,
So nice.
I did. It's lovely right now. It's not too hot yet.
Good. Good, good.
You're awesome,
enjoy.
by the way.
Thanks, friends.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Have a good day.